3016, wind calm altimeter 3017, taxi Delta, hold short Alpha, contact tower 1196, holding short.
Delta and short of Alpha, crossing 511, made record to tower, holding short.
Alpha 24 plus 1, gonna put a medevac to go vacate the RPN.
Alpha 24 plus 1, vacating RPN.
There's your 2750 tower, Alpha line up, runway 16.
Ground altitude off Foxtrot at North Vancouver.
Altitude. Person 511, medevac tower behind the 1900 at Alpha line up, runway 16, number 2 for departure. Taxi 4 plus 1, you're out of the RPA now.
Ground stop 24 plus 1 is off of RPA, thank you.
There's your 2750, tower return approved from Alpha, clear takeoff, runway 16, say this frequency.
Hey, what do you right then up? Clear takeoff on 27150.
Sure, Foxtrot, Romeo Tower surveillance services terminated, change on the frequency. Person 511, medevac tower 1900, ahead of the knee, right turn, left turn approved from Alpha, clear takeoff, runway 16. Oscar 1962, tower to remain short at Alpha 121. Oscar 152 on tower, go land runway 16.
Runway 16, that's the 1531.
There's your 2750, tower contact exit for center now 1335, good day.
Over to center, good day, Los 2750. Delta 511, medevac left turn, swing center, have a good day.
Person 511, medevac tower contact center now 133.5, take care.
55, 511, medevac.
Calgary Encore 8064, request visual departure, and we are ready for descent. Person 8064, underground, runway 16, wind calm, altimeter 3017, just stand by there, you're going to be number 4 for departure. Air VFR departure is approved. Expect the IFR clearance departure plus 10, squawk 5326. Okay, VFR departure is approved. 2 squawk, IFR clearance plus 10, squawk 5326, and we'll be holding here number 4 for departure. Carson 8064. Carson 8064, down feedback back. Oscar 1962, tower Alpha line up, runway 16. Oscar 1531, tower taxi, Charlie, need for your discussion, monitor down 127.
Charlie, marker ground, that's 153.
Bullshit 143, Plymouth target A, runway 16, and com altimeter 3017, number 1. 8 Alpha Tango ground, runway 16, altimeter 3017, taxi Alpha, contact tower 1196, holding short.
Taxi Alpha, holding short, Alpha,
2 Sierra Papa ground, follow the other Super Petrel, runway 16, altimeter 3017, taxi Alpha, contact tower 1196, holding short.
You should have a hold short, contact tower.
Oscar 1962, tower return approved, contact Vancouver Center 1335 through 4000 for an office clear takeoff, runway 16. Alpha Tango tower Alpha line up, runway 16.
Welcome to Kelowna,
British
Columbia.
Super Petrel Alpha line up, runway 16, number 3 for departure. Person 8064 down, runway 16, altimeter 3017, taxi Alpha, contact tower 1196, holding short.
Taxi Alpha, contact to the holding short, runway 16, person 8064.
Alpha Tango right turn out approved. Papa Tower, cross swing turnaround from the beach, second headed departed ahead. Follow the Super Petrel right turn approved from Alpha 3 takeoff, runway 16. There's an 8064 tower Alpha line up, runway 16, backtrack to clear ticket car.
One second. There we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to Kelowna, British Columbia.
Morning, Kelowna ground. This is Car 15 at Fire Alexis.
There's an 8064 tower traffic ahead is in the right turn northwest bound for Alpha, and heading out for the right turn out from Alpha, clear takeoff, runway 16.
A lot of little planes.
Car 15, going up.
Going to go, Car 15, Fire Alexis, request north, Delta, Foxtrot, across north from the east side.
There's an EDRA Super Petrel LS.
Copy that, Car 15, Delta, Foxtrot, north River Road, we'll call off on the east side.
Or that might have been the, no, that looked like, no, that might have been the Skoda.
Ground, stop
No, the EDRA.
The
The Skoda Super Petrel LS.
Ground, stop is 4, request an RPA when able for about 5 minutes in the RPA, please.
Taxi 4 negative, hold short runway 16, I've got a few arrivals.
Ground, stop is 4, holding short of the runway.
Bullshit 143 tower traffic, 1 o'clock, 5 miles to Petrel headed northwest, one timing through 2,800, the other timing through 2,200, no conflict. Team Charlie on the backtrack, clear to land runway 16. 806 right turn approved towards the bridge ground. Right turn approved towards the bridge now, Carson 806.
Our first airliner of the stream coming in.
Heading your discussion, contact Vancouver to 901-335 today. WestJet 143, contact CH Charlie, make your discussion, monitor ground 1217.
Charlie, to the apron, our discussion, monitor ground 1217. Good day, WestJet 143.
Stop 24 plus 1 down, I won't be able to get you a full 5 minutes, and that one I can get you maybe 3 minutes if that works for you. It's not long.
WestJet 143, 737-700, coming in from Edmonton.
Stop 24 plus 1 down, stop it. Ground up 4 plus 1, proceeding into Aviation.
Friends. We're in the dog park area of Kelowna, so meeting a lot of doggies. I got nothing interesting. No food, sorry. Hope you're all doing well today. We are, as you can see, in a different airport than we are usually at. Very happy to be out trying new things. We were in Kelowna last year. Hello Becky, hello Sanjeev, and Mike. Great to have you here. Yeah, we made it to Kelowna last year. That's when I was streaming with my phone. I mean, I had my camera hooked up to my phone, but I now have a movable system. Just happy to be here. The views. I mean, while the traffic is not as intense as Toronto, the views are wonderful.
Ground compass 4, we are off above here. Thanks so much for your help. Stop your help.
So it'll be a slower stream in terms of action, but chill vibes. It is, Mike. It's a good spot. Now, if we had, heavy action like Toronto, we'd be in a great place. If we had some 747s or A380s pop by, this would be a epic location. Honestly, I love it out here. BC is fantastic.
734 tower for the liner on my left.
I remember this plane from last year. There's at least one flight school that flies out of here as well. I did some lessons last summer in a Cessna 182. But beautiful airport, surrounded by mountains. Now, it'd be nice to have a house up there. If you like airport views, you can see just over towards the runways. I did hear a landing clearance, but I don't see anything yet, so we'll have a look out here. Just see the top of the Nav Canada Kelowna Tower there. We'll get more visitors, more doggies. I love doggies. Morning, Lynn. Lynn, you're 3 hours ahead of me now. That was a doggy sniffing the microphone. Hiya. Love it. Morning. Just after 9 o'clock in the morning here in beautiful, sunny Kelowna, British Columbia. And we're live, seeing what's going on at the airport. There is an arrival. Way off in the distance, I just saw it catch a bit of the sun.
Encore 15, that's the South Coast Road.
Calling up, standby. WestJet Charlie, taxi to the apron, ratio 734.
Oh, you're cutie. Looks like up near Vernon, there's a WestJet 737-800 that's going to be turning final any moment for runway 16 here at Kelowna International Airport. YLW, IATA, or CYLW for the ICAO code. But we're actually Canada's 10th busiest airport here, which says a lot for the slowness of Canadian air travel compared to other countries like the US, for instance. But Toronto is the busiest airport in Canada by about approximately double the second busiest airport. Vancouver and Montreal are number 2 and 3. Vancouver being the second busiest by, I think, a few million. Just looking at passenger volume for 2023, Toronto had 44.8 million passengers last year. Then Vancouver had 24.9 million passengers, and then Montreal 21.1. Then you get to Calgary with 18.4. Then we drop down significantly to Edmonton at 7.5, so less than half of Calgary. Then Ottawa, 4 million. Winnipeg, 4 million. Halifax, 3.5. I don't have the numbers on Billy Bishop, but that's number 9. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page right now. And in Kelowna, 2 million. 2 million passengers in 2023. Then Victoria, 1.7. Quebec City, 1.68. Saskatoon, 1.3. Abbotsford, 1.3 approximately as well, and that's number 14. So we're going to be at Abbotsford on the weekend, actually, because that's where they have the air show. Fun times. Claire on TikTok. No, I don't know those people. If they're local, I'm not local. My mother-in-law grew up here, actually, so we come some summer times. I bring the girls out. My wife and kids are just at their cousins right now. And I'll be driving out to Vancouver on Friday and then going to the Abbotsford Air Show Saturday, Sunday. I'm hoping to go live as best as possible. Oh, thanks for the info there, Claire. I'll check it out. Appreciate it. Inbound, WestJet 737-800 coming in from Calgary. I see it way off in the distance right now. For those joining us for the first time, perhaps, we are Wake Turbulence Aviation. Aviation live stream YouTube channel. And we are on other platforms as well, Instagram, TikTok. We do some TikTok lives. We're live now as well. And we're mostly based out of Toronto Pearson International Airport. But we like to travel when we can. So let's have a look at the 737-800 coming in from Calgary. WestJet 337 departed 40 minutes ago. Not a very long flight. Yeah, Mike, I think the 737 Max is probably the biggest one that I've ever seen.
Dr. Charlie XD taxi in and monogram 177.
Very happy to be here, shouting out Kelowna, British Columbia, one of my favorite cities in the country. Morning. Seeing some of the most beautiful dogs.
Contact 1 723 with Foxtrot, activate hard departure control, please. 723 Pentagon Line, the hard departure approved. FBI departure and departure plus 10, 0721. B737 expect access on check, course 0721, straight 73.
Station 72, you got me, thanks.
We got doggies. Doggies on the tripod, doggies on the microphones. It's okay, we love the doggies. I gotta pick up the microphone now. They knocked it over. All good. They are curious little doggies. Alright, microphone. Covered in slobber. Love it. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. To readjust the tripod. There we go. I am more than happy to interact with the dogs here. This is their space, first and foremost. And I'm just happy to be here, so. Spinal, yes. If I wanted to live stream kangaroos, I do like the kangaroo farm. Absolutely. Oh, nice, Marcus. That's cool. My kids love the kangaroo farm. I enjoy it as well. Got some nice pictures of kangaroo. I got chased by a turkey there once. Just wandering around. I decided to gobble at it because I thought it would be amusing, and it was not impressed. Neither was my wife.
Morning.
Morning, how you doing?
Good. They come and say hello to you?
Oh, they did. They're gorgeous.
They didn't give you too much of a hassle, did they?
No, they're fine.
Awesome.
They got featured on the YouTube live stream.
Of course they did.
Superstars.
They're characters. Have a good day.
You too, cheers.
They're only a year old, so they still are
Energy.
trying to figure out their manners.
That's all right. They're having a good time. That's the important part. Show you some of the terminal here. Kelowna International Airport. I'm imagining, I don't know the operations, but I'm imagining that's where they control the apron and such. But I don't know that for a fact. I don't know what goes on in that little deck. I'm sure airport operations makes sense. Yes, Claire, I'm a Toronto-based aviation live streamer, so I'm visiting Kelowna, seeing some family, and I thought I would showcase some of the other awesome airports around the country. When I travel, I like to do that. We were in the UK a couple weeks ago, looking at Edinburgh Airport and Glasgow, and then we did a stream from Frankfurt, Germany. So cool stuff around the world. I like to explore. Big Blue, thank you on YouTube for confirming our suspicion of the 7-3. I'm hoping to go live from Vancouver on Friday. Driving out that way in preparation for the air show, staying at another family member's place in Vancouver. So I'm a little bit closer for a daily commute to the air show than I would be from Kelowna, which is a little bit more of a hike. I'm looking forward to the drive though. Oh, that's cool, Claire. Thank you. So that road over there is right at the other end of runway 16, which runs, as you can tell by the number 16, almost directly north-south magnetic to that end over there. The scenery though is absolutely beautiful around here. Beats Toronto for scenery, 100%. Only so many times you can stare at the CN Tower on the other end of the field. I find the more I see of the country, the more impressed I am with the very different landscapes all across Canada. Hey Claire, that would be cool. I'm only in town for another week or so. Just out Vancouver, Abbotsford area, Friday to Sunday, and then back to Kelowna till Thursday night when we fly back. But feel free to email the channel, waketurbulence.ca. Get in touch. Got more cute dogs. Hey, it looks like Nizzle on YouTube. Yeah, so just till a week and a day. Flying out late Thursday night on an Air Canada 737 Max back to Toronto from Kelowna. But as I mentioned, Friday morning I'll be driving out to Vancouver, hopefully to do a YVR stream, spend the day around Vancouver on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I'm at the Abbotsford International Air Show, hoping to go live at least on Sunday, maybe on Saturday as well, but Saturday I want to dedicate to exploring, maybe the static display, take some photos. We'll see. Steven, hello. Nice to be in your part of the country. Thanks for shining the light for us on the Saturday stream. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I didn't notice it at first because I was looking at a tiny little screen, but when you play the video back, right when you start rolling, you can see that little light from your window just pop on. It's cool that we took the same flight 2 days apart. Yours was a little more on time than mine, but... Stephen, did you have a note in your cabin as well about cabin rejuvenation? And how they apologize for not much going on inside? I think it's because it was a swoop plane that they've now adopted back into the WestJet mainline, so they're going to update them. Because I'm pretty sure the WestJet Max 8s that were originally for WestJet had screens in the back of the chairs. I've only been on one WestJet Max 8. That was a couple years ago to Calgary. I think there was a screen though. And I know Swoop was a little bit cheaper, so they didn't have all the bells and whistles. Sweet Nizzle, thank you. Claire on TikTok, that would be super fantastic. Let's chat. Best way is email the channel, waketurbulence.ca, and we can chat. If not now, then maybe next time we're in BC. Maybe next year. My mother-in-law was one of 12, so my wife has about 6 million first cousins out here. And so my kids now have a whole whack of second cousins. Never a dull moment. We also had no entertainment or Wi-Fi at all on the plane, which is fine. Like, I don't expect Wi-Fi on a plane. It's a plane. I enjoy looking out the window, but most of the 737s now you can use an app to hook up to their in-flight entertainment. I mean, 4.5 hours is it's a good length of a flight. But I had downloaded the latest volume of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, so I was watching the Severed Head and the Mothman. Because why not? If I can see the reg on this one. You can probably read it better than I can if you have a larger screen. I see GTZU parked over there. Which is an A220. Seems like it last flew in February. According to the radar I'm using anyways. I was just pleased my kids slept for most of the flight. Next week, Thursday, is not going to be fun. We're doing a red eye, so we're leaving at like 11 p.m., landing Friday morning. So we'll get maybe an hour or two of sleep on the plane, and then that's a doggy sniffing the microphone. Hey, puppies. I love it.
It'll only be our last go around.
Oh, that's all good.
Enjoy your day.
You too. It's more action than the airplanes anyways.
Isn't that true?
I'm looking up because there's a Dreamliner at the north end of the lake. There it is. Heading to Vancouver from Toronto, 7879. I'm going to see if I can get it at a distance. Very hard to see. Because I am limited. I can see it with my eyes. I'm trying to get a geographical reference here. Should be somewhere in this vicinity. You might even be able to see it on your screens better than I can, because it is high up into the sun. Anywho, it's at 36,000 feet, so we just get a little outline anyway. That's over the mountain. Should be over here. Yeah, I can't resolve it. The lighting just not conducive. That's all right. We're not here for 36,000 feet. We're here for the ground. I don't usually get dogs on the stream, so I love it. Let's get back to that prop over there. Oh, hey, Cessna time. I think once we had a 172 fly over Pearson during a stream. Sam on TikTok asking, what am I watching? That's a good question. You're watching whatever's going on at Kelowna Airport today. Nothing newsworthy, nothing exciting. No special events. We're just watching airplanes. So if it's not your cup of tea, I recommend many other TikTok lives out there that are doing cool dances. Sniffing the microphone. Love it. Hello. Up next, Jazz 268 coming in from Vancouver on a Dash 8 Q400. Should be landing in the next 6 minutes or so. It is just further north along the lake. How's it going? It's near the Campbell Brown Ecological Reserve. Approaching a Wood Lake, which is just north of here. And then between Wood Lake and Ellison Lake, there's Winfield, just further north on the highway. I took a Jazz Dash 8 back from Kelowna last year because we flew Toronto to Vancouver because we were visiting some family in Vancouver. So we decided to fly to Kelowna. We did an Air North 737-500, which was actually really cool. And then we did a Jazz Dash 8 back to Vancouver to fly home. We spent a week in Vancouver last year. I was going to rent a car, but it was cheaper to just fly the whole family. Which is strange, but car rental prices in Canada are a bit on the pricey side, as I found out. Because I rented a car this time to go to Abbotsford and Vancouver. Alright, Dashy, a few minutes out. Jazz 268 from Vancouver, Q400. Catch you in a moment. I think I saw a Flair inbound somewhere. Alright, it's estimated in about 20 minutes. I like a Flair. We are Wake Turbulence Aviation. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Help us out. Give us a follow on one of our socials. And we're looking for a Dash 8 Q400 Jazz coming in from Vancouver. I would just say the radio didn't seem to be picking up any signal, but there was a signal. try repositioning it.
Clear to the Battery Airport, Kelowna Flight Plan Route 0355. Kelowna Hotel in the center. Down, gas 269. Ground 154.2, identifier 914 Golf K9. Traffic, 11 o'clock, 3 miles. Southbound Skywagon, 1,700. So that's a Whiskey Rabbit Lemon at the northwestern part of Kelowna. Thank you, Patrick. Whiskey traffic, southbound 2 miles, northbound, 2,100. Pressure 242 ground, correct. And then close to Liberty. 72 with the next tower, service terminated, cleared on route. Please. Station 1 ground, taken. Corner down, this is Golf Sierra Foxtrot Charlie, run up complete, request taxi to the active please. Sierra Foxtrot Charlie ground, runway 16 and 190 at 3, altimeter 016, multi-position now, this is Charlie. Sierra Foxtrot Charlie. Glacier 723, are you over at town? 723. Ground uniform on American Albany to taxi for Q3 runway. Uniform Romeo Hotel, or taxi, Delta David. Delta 3 uniform. Glacier 723 tower, door rolling around the corner, from Alpha, left side of roof, good takeoff number 1. Glacier 723, my apologies, next turn. Jet 369. Yeah, 269. Banana flow back to Vancouver 1729. 1729 is on the second jet. 269. Sierra Foxtrot Charlie Tower, runway 16, 190 at 2, altimeter 3016, that's Alpha, number tower 192. Taxi Alpha, contact available to short, 10167. Uniform Romeo Hotel, ground, Speedway, to Cessna taxi to Alpha office. Roger, give way to the Cessna taxiing into Alpha, next thing. Sierra Tower is waiting for the maybe code on that.
Hey, thank you, Steve. Yeah, that is a great view of the airport. Absolutely. Hey, Sergio on TikTok. How you doing there? Flying out of the island. Nice. What are you flying on? Porter or Jazz? Sergio's from a friend back from Toronto. Nice smooth takeoff there. Flair 759 turning final to Kelowna from Edmonton, 737 Max 8. It's going to be our first Max of the stream today anyways. We've definitely seen Maxes in other areas of the stream, other airports as well. I enjoyed watching the Max 8 200s in Scotland, which I think was a clever rebranding. I don't really know much of the difference between the Max 8 and the Max 8 200. I just saw both show up on radar. Looking out for him. Foxtrot Uniform Romeo Hotel does have a transponder on. It's been traveling from near the KF Center for Excellence more towards the north end. Near the FedEx Center. We'll have a look for that. If the jet photos photo is current, looks pretty darn cool. That was cool. Alright, we're looking for the Flair 757 Max 8 coming in from Edmonton, landing here at Kelowna International Airport.
Flair 750 tower, Petrel Charlie, that's Charlie, Delta, Delta, Beaver, okay, 180 back, and then Charlie, Delta, Golf, 121.7 clear, Flair 7596. Mustang 95, going to power, runway 16, just palm, altimeter 016, number 1. Full call single off, it's turning out. Full call single Oscar. Clock 7101, altimeter 016. Shuttle gas traffic inbound for runway 16. Remain well with the arrival path. Please let them know that. Ground WestJet 312, gate set ready to set. WestJet 312, ground, hold, hold for now, WestJet 312. WestJet 312, give way to the Boeing 737, runway 16, request 02, altimeter 3016, Pump Charlie, Delta, full short, outboard, 1 mile 1. Okay, we'll give way to the 737, and we'll taxi Charlie, Delta, hold short of Alpha, contact tower, holding short, WestJet 312. WestJet 312, are you finding for one? Negative, we're finding from Alpha, WestJet 312. Verify that Charlie Tower, still in the center, be cleared on that. Verify that Romeo Tower is cleared right down here, runway 16. Take down the runway 16, your Foxtrot Thompson. Flair 759. Is there any way you can pull into Golf on Aviation?
Looks like there's Beach King Air for the RCAF coming in. 3,800 feet. Over Wood Lake right now, 3,700 feet now. And an upcoming WestJet departure as well. Appreciate you here, everybody. Welcome to Wake Turbulence Aviation live from Kelowna, British Columbia. We're out west. Oops. Don't seem to have transponder information on this one yet. But
43119, one ground, correct. Mustang 95 power, code to land, runway 16. Good morning, Kelowna Ground. It says on 172 going 1988 with a phone call. 1988, one ground. Anyway, either angle 4, the first Jackson Blue, 24.5, followed by local ground support. 1988, block 0767. Contact Petrel. 0767 Max, also voice on Alpha, 1988. Roger, identified, Northwest.
Air Force, King Air is coming in. Let's have a look for that.
Kelowna Tower, Golf Sierra Foxtrot Romeo, right downwind, runway 16, requesting stop and go. Sierra Foxtrot Romeo, number 2, follow the King Air on short final. So what's your destination after Jackson? 167. Standing downwind, you'll call the base, thank you, Foxtrot Romeo. West 312 is holding from 16 on Alpha. West 312, power at Alpha, line up runway 16. Alpha, line up runway 16, West 312. Mustang 95 power, exit Bravo, and Delta, Foxtrot, show, monitor now, 171.
Air Force and WestJet 312 lining up.
Base turn here, Foxtrot Romeo.
Camera or what?
Westjet 312 from Alpha. Says takeoff number 1. For WestJet 16.
737-700 to Edmonton.
hold the wing to them, back by the Boeing 737. Cleared to land, I'll call your number. Cleared to land, you'll probably go clear Foxtrot.
Great takeoff from WestJet there, 737-700 to Edmonton, flight 312. Now it looks like there's a touch and go that was requested, but because of the 737 takeoff, I don't know if they're going to let them go. I had to do this last year. I had to land and wait for the wake turbulence to clear from the jetliner in my little plane, so stopped on the runway and got to hang out there for a couple minutes.
WestJet 875, 1000, runway 16, 030 at 4, after 016, get number 1.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a similar case to what I did last year. Once the wake turbulence from the jet has cleared, they'll give the small plane clearance to take off. Yeah, nice, hot, dry day, Jonathan. Good to see you. We are live from Kelowna, British Columbia. Yeah, G on TikTok, that was a Royal Canadian Air Force Beech King Air. Didn't have any information on where it was coming from, but the registration was published. That was, its call sign was Mike Sierra Tango Golf 95. And it was a Beech C90 Bravo King Air. Registration Charlie Foxtrot Mike Foxtrot Zulu. That was the Beech that we saw. This one's clear for takeoff. That's a Cessna 172 Skyhawk, and that is owned by Southern Interior Flight Center. Looks like a training flight. So not the company that I did my lessons with last year, but seems like a cool looking plane. Pilot Maddox, nice. Hello, welcome to the TikTok Live. You've flown that plane, that's really cool. Yeah, I was working with Earhart Aviation last year. And I was flying the 182. I don't remember the reg, but I can look it up later. On an X-ray it is, that's all I remember. Could be Jonathan. Couldn't tell you. I need to go into the settings of my streaming box. I keep looking at my screen and it's saying it's 7 p.m. Still on Frankfurt time. For some reason I didn't update the time zone, I guess.
Ground altitude, I don't know, access. Looking to do a runway inspection when able. Altitude negative, Delta, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, altitude, beginning Delta, Foxtrot, will hold short of the runway. Tower, remain short.
Looks like we have an inbound Embraer Praetor 500 for Air Sprint 875 from Calgary.
Sprint 875 tower, take the land, everyone.
And Flair is pinging as well. So seems a bit quick turnaround, but I have no concept of time these days, especially when I'm standing at an airport for a long period of time.
Kelowna Tower, Golf Sierra Foxtrot, Romeo, left downwind, runway 16, requesting full stop. Sierra Foxtrot, Romeo, Tower, extend downwind, that's how you do. You'll call the base then, Sierra Foxtrot, Romeo.
I see the plane on the left downwind behind me, actually. See if I can spin for it. Right in the sun, of course. Doing circuits. Let's get back around for that Praetor, though.
Kelowna ground, that's 172, Golf Monitor, Romeo with commercial golf. Golf Monitor, Romeo, okay. Kelowna ground, Golf Romeo, looking at taxi from Hangar 4 to 873 to quarter northbound local. Golf Romeo, 1432, Foxtrot 873, block 2432, Populous Romeo. Populous Romeo, vehicle to vehicle number 1. Vehicle on right, vehicle on right. Kelowna 1613, you're now ready for push surface. Attention, push back your attention. Petrel, connect close to power and alpha, line of sight.
Hey, those reversers. Vikash on TikTok. Hello, Madagascar.
Clean Yankee Tower, 50 Yama departure from Alpha to takeoff on
WestJet is also pushing back. This one's headed to Calgary. WestJet 242 on a 737-800.
Kelowna ground, good morning, Cessna 911, medevac with the space golf. Cessna 911, medevac, Kelowna ground, there's the Vancouver Airport, 79 departure, flight 9 ground, start runway 16, block 5217. Cessna 911, medevac is cleared Vancouver Airport, the Kelowna 9 departure, flight plan left, and squawking 5317. Cessna 911 medevac. Cessna 911 medevac, down, read back there.
Little ones are harder to track. WestJet WestJet has pushed back. Harry, sorry, just saw your message there on YouTube. Thanks for checking us out. Love to see some of your photos, Harry. And Steele, a local here as well. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Kelowna's awesome. It is such a cool city, and I like the airport a lot. Gives me a chance to breathe between planes. Toronto gets a bit hectic. Although we have our lulls as well in Toronto. We're just documenting whatever the traffic is doing.
Kelowna 1, Encore 3119, Encore 3119, down, push back to your discussion. Request our discussion, Encore 3119. Everett 737.
Aviation 320 YYC, Calgary International. The big one.
Aircraft at Romeo Tower, exit Bravo, Delta, Foxtrot, the hangar, monitor ground, 1171.
Landed, I guess. Oh, that was the one I think we saw on the downwind. I think. Coming in for first.
South 2 ground, from the north end, proceed onto the runway, report off the south end. Ground, South 2, proceeding on the runway from the north end, we'll report one.
Looks like that Encore Dash 8. It's got a prop spinning as well. Oh, we like our runway inspections here at Wake Turbulence. Yellow trucks. Inspection 2-2. Killing it. Kelowna might win for cool inspection trucks. Give it up for inspection 2-2, everybody. Woo. I'm easily amused. I doubt I'll be able to see this. At least not with my limited ability to note things on a small screen. Somewhere up there. Should be right over this cloud now. There it is. Air France A350-900.
now.
40,000 feet. Headed to Seattle from Charles de Gaulle. Flight 338, it looks like. There we go. Biggest plane on the stream. And it's at 40,000 feet. There will be a WestJet Encore -8 coming in shortly from Vancouver, flight 3318. And the 73 will be taxiing shortly for a departure to Calgary. (242) is the flight number. 737-800. -8's over Wood Lake right now. Susan, yes. Vaughn, not sure. Maybe, actually no. I'm going to Montreal when I get back, so it might be a few weeks. I'm in British Columbia, arriving on a Friday, back home. Next week on Friday, I'm back in Toronto. And then Friday, I'm headed to Montreal with John for an aviation event at Mirabel. And then Monday, we're doing a road trip to Washington, D.C., so might be a few more weeks. Incoming Encore. Encore 3318 from Vancouver. Nice fun. I'll be in Kelowna still. Enjoy the flight though. Jealous.
Back up for Charlie.
just far enough to let them hear behind you, but do not roll. There's traffic that way.
WestJet 242 to Calgary, 737-800, taxi. Looks like we might get a Cessna 414A Chancellor landing as well. North of here. Big Blue, of course we will. Now that I know it's coming. Some of the little flight school planes don't have transponders. I don't notice them until the last minute. We'll definitely watch the Cessna land. Still a ways out, but we'll focus on it in a moment.
I can take tailwind if that's easier for you to get us in. Yeah, that one's better for the right downwind one. I'll continue for the right downwind 16, Delta to Quebec.
Just heard a Beach King Air from Carson Air takeoff. Didn't notice it till the last second there.
Carson 911, medevac, control right turn of approach. Carson 911, medevac, right turn of approach, 1335.
Alright, let's see the Cessna 414A land. And that's coming in from Fairmont Hot Springs. Just under an hour ago it left.
And an Encore 3119, we are now ready to action. Thanks, sir. Encore 3119, taxi Charlie, that's hold short Alpha, Tower 196, so we have to taxi Charlie, Delta, and hold short of Alpha, and over 2000, holding short, check tower number 2, Encore 3119. Question 242, tower, backtrack, not a plate 1. Quebec, establish in the right downwind 16, we'll stop. That's Quebec, tower number 1, 5737, in position, hope you on the roll here, number 1, and I'll check 737 on the roll, also, Quebec.
Backtrack. Tailwind, changing runways. Feel the wind coming at me from the direction of the planes.
Expect no traffic on the roll with the 3303 for 116. Traffic on the roll, clear to land 16, we'll go back.
Encore might be the last departure on 16 today as they're switching to 3-4.
7003.
Alright, we're back up. It was very hot out here, so it was overheating.
Ground step to Alaska to the RPM. Still unsure where they are. 200 Foxtrot and the RPM at Edmonton. Step to 2, Foxtrot and the RPM. Backside for Charlie, Delta Foxtrot, monitor ground damage. 241. Calling ground, it's Encore 33 just checking in, full came back for us. Encore 33 on the full time 1832. 1832 on Encore 3323, thanks. Ground step to 2, requesting to use the pyro. Step 2, over.
Sorry about that drop there. My cell phone was overheating and then it stopped connecting to the network. So I'm hot spotting. I've taken my phone out of the direct sunlight and placed it in a safer location.
Ground step to 2 on Foxtrot, requesting Foxtrot Delta to Flair. Step 2 Roger, hold short of the shell, falcon on Delta.
Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. Appreciate that.
Step to 2, we'll hold short of the falcon. I'm sorry, they're hitting 2 shell. Step 2 from it, hold short of the shell. Step to 2, holding short of the shell.
It's okay.
I've learned that heat is not good for the internet. I have a Netgear hotspot I was using with a SIM card, and that does not like the heat very much. So that stopped sending signal the other day. Then I had to put the SIM card direct into, went back to the cell phone, tethering. It's fun. Being live, always new adventures. Couple of 737s inbound within the next 45 minutes. We should have another 2 on the ground.
Foxtrot Echo, Bravo Hotel, Florida. Echo, Bravo Hotel, Tower Squawk 3067.
Few dash 8s to depart as well. Then we'll get into a little bit of a slow period, in which case I'll probably call it in a little bit. See what goes on in the next hour, and then move on with my day. Take the kids to the beach or something.
Fire negative radar, contact altimeter 3015, report entry.
If I come back tomorrow, maybe I'll come early morning and catch the morning rush. We'll see. I'm not sure. I might just hang out and wait till I get to Vancouver on Friday. Lots of options. out. Fuel. Curious to see what the 3-4 arrivals will look like from this spot, and departures for that matter. Should be exciting. Got to go on the lake last night. It was nice. Looking for Ogopogo. Didn't find Ogopogo. But kids had a great time swimming.
Anderson 244. We got a full time of 7. Like to put in a request for 1840.
Edmonton 244, ground, I will put 18401 or something forward, service.
So when we originally found it,
You got doggies. You got doggies.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Johnny, hey, get out of it.
Banana peel. Not very tasty. It's just a banana peel. How's it going?
Hi.
Hey.
pick up the carrot for that, correct?
Hey. Hi.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh yeah, you're so cute.
Anderson 244,
Oh, he's so cute.
Vancouver, close to 9 departure, like 5 routes, depart 0033.
Just watching airplanes.
Yeah, nice.
Live on
Ocean 244 cleared, Vancouver, Kelowna 9,
How you doing?
340033.
Anderson 244, every back taxi to touch on.
Is that a boy belongs?
Yeah, we'll take it.
Wearing this breathable hoodie thing that my wife got me. It's great because it keeps me cool, but also keeps the sun off my skin, so I don't have to throw so much sunscreen on. As you can see, it is not the most fashionable outfit, but keeps me cool on a hot Kelowna Wednesday morning. It's going to get even hotter today. I don't even think we're at full temperature yet, but definitely in the 30s this week. So, should be fun. I heard it got cool in Toronto though. Right when we left, it dropped significantly. So, nice reprieve. Oh yeah, streaming in the heat. It's rough, so we'll see how much longer we can last out here. Also, not much is going on, it seems, with the airplanes at the moment. But, there are a couple inbounds, 737s coming in. We get to see them come in from the other side, which is that way, although on your screen it would be that way. Yeah.
Ground Flair 758 is ready for position and turn.
Figured it.
Flight 758,
I was hoping to join.
push and
It's
start your
definitely a more chill vibe to Toronto streams, but Kelowna is
Flight
absolutely
580 ground, and we do
Beautiful
have
place.
a radar outage right now for
Awesome.
maintenance, so it's on the night departure, and then that
Chill vibes.
replace radar vectors with proceed on course 5 minutes after departure.
Okay, we'll replace the SID with the radar vector to be proceed on course after 5 minutes.
758, that's correct.
All right, we got Flair pushback. Cool.
Anderson 244 now.
Anderson 244.
Anderson 244 now. I put 1840 on request. We'll give you 1917.
1917.
There is
And
the Max 8.
You said you were having a problem where you couldn't take a delay, or what exactly were you needing?
Yeah, we're just picking up critically
And I think this will be our first departure from the other runway on this trip. Other runway being the same piece of pavement, just other direction. Runway 34.
Anderson 244, okay, just let me know when they do get here and try to set a different time on request for you and call as well and see if there's anything to do.
Thanks, yeah, I called TV directly earlier.
WestJet 737-700 is inbound, about 14 minutes out from Calgary. Flight 187.
Our people won't make it for that.
Anderson 244, okay, just let me know when they're here and when you have a better idea of the time, if it's going to be earlier than the delay that you've got, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Thank you, kindly.
So we have a 737 arrival and departure from 34.
Anderson 244, well, I thought we do have a radar outage for maintenance. So for the Kelowna 9 departure, replace radar vectors with proceed on course 5 minutes after departure.
Great, understood. Instead of radar vectors, 5 minutes after departure, proceed on course, balance of change, Anderson 244.
Anderson 244, thanks for your time, Rich.
Kelowna bound, Jet 269 over at gate 6, request push start.
Jet 269, ground.
Hey, Pete on TikTok. Yeah, Kelowna, British Columbia. Very excited.
Definitely going, push start is...
Flair is going to Edmonton.
Charlie, Jet 269.
Jet 269 out there, and we do have a radar outage for maintenance, so Kelowna 9 departure, replace vectors with
And
proceed
there's
on
the
course
rest.
5 minutes
It is
after departure.
overflying us at the moment, so let's see if I can...
Alright, proceed 5 minutes after departure for Jazz 269.
Jazz 269 ground first. Echo Vowel South Arsenal, first is trying to change on the frequency.
that is coming into Kelowna. Too much. That one's coming into Kelowna. So overflying the field currently, and then it's gonna turn downwind. Have Flair starting its taxi in a moment as well. So the WestJet we just saw overhead, 187 from Calgary, 737-700. Flair is a Max 8. It just temporarily disappeared from my screen, but I think it said Edmonton. Edmonton, yes, sorry. Flair 758 to Edmonton. There it is. And we are Wake Turbulence, Aviation, live from Kelowna, British Columbia. Out west in the Okanagan Valley, beautiful Okanagan Valley, home of Ogopogo on Lake Okanagan. Or Okanagan Lake, depending on who you talk to. The WestJet is over West Bank now, well, just northwest of that. Descending. Like we got a Jazz pushback as well, so our moments of no action get coupled with lots of cool stuff.
Good morning, WestJet 187, good WestJet 187, good morning, runway 34 with 3606, altimeter 3015, number 1. Number 1, 3416.
Viper on YouTube, answer your question. I just do a little research. I ask people who live nearby. I investigate, chat with photographers. I think last year I reached out to a Kelowna plane spotter I found on Facebook and said, hey, where's some good spots to stand if I want to go live? Had a few recommendations. Then I come usually before I stream. So last year I drove around and walked around a few places, looked at signage, looked at views, watched a few landings, determined whether it was going to be a good spot for a live, and then the next day I went live. So now I just came back to a spot that I've been to before. And the great thing about Kelowna is there's one runway and you can see a nice side view here. So I'm not struggling to make a choice of what side I want to go to. This is a good overview of operations. Unlike Toronto, when there's a 2-4 left arrival and a 2-3 departure, they might as well be in different towns.
Departure 34 bound to change Echo 3323. Echo 3323, thanks. And additional amendment, we do have a radar failure to replace sectors. We'll proceed on course 5 minutes after departure. Thanks, proceed on course 5 minutes after departure. 3223. Yep. 269, 030.
Keep it Jazz 269.
There's 269, Roger, Charlie, contact runway 34, signal delay, at 749, approaching.
Okay, back to going 34, minimal delay, Jazz 34. Request to Jazz 269.
First up 589, runway 34, wind 3306, altimeter 3015, taxi by Charlie, monitor tower 119, short.
Okay, turn home, short to 345 at tower, clear rest.
Charlie 369, turn wind cap off runway, wind 3306, clear takeoff runway.
Gaga.
Alright, quick takeoff runway 34 for Jazz 269.
Clear for takeoff. WestJet is on final. Flair getting ready to taxi as well. Get a busy minute. Jazz 269. Get ready to roll.
Special 187, traffic ahead on the roll, wind 3507 for the 1 up to 2 1.
Let's head over to WestJet 34. About to disappear behind a tree, actually. But there it is. We will see it when it reveals itself from the other side of the tree. WestJet 187 from Calgary. We just watched Jazz 269 depart. To Vancouver. It's Delta 737-900 flying overhead, but not coming here.
Thursday 057 Kelowna, Roger, runway 34, wind 3507, altimeter 3015. Negative radar contact due to our radar elevator should be picking me up on our MLAT here shortly. How far back from the bridge are you? Thursday 057 Roger, report over the bridge. 758 tower, Charlie, backtrack runway 31.
Charlie, backtrack runway 34.
Push it 187 tower, exit off the contact now 127.
Next ground, off ground, 617.
Viper, thank you so much. $2 super chat. Your 5th super chat. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that.
Flight 758 tower, wind 3206, clear takeoff, runway 34.
Thank you. Clear takeoff, runway 34, clear 75.
Crash 8057, sir, thanks for identified at 6000 and clear to cross base runway 34, number 1, traffic to parking engine on the back, sir. Roger. Petrel, though she wants me to bridge on 5,000 string in attention.
Okay, that 270 was clear to the left base.
Awesome Flair departure. WestJet taxiing to the gates. I think there's an inbound Jazz as well. Another Dash 8. Yeah, Jazz 270. Coming in the next 9 minutes or so. Keeping us busy as far as Kelowna busy goes. We are Wake Turbulence Aviation. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps out the channel. We're happy to be here.
Sorry, 758 tower, Brenda, contact Vancouver, center now 133.5 today.
This WestJet came in from Calgary, flight 187 on a 737-700. Departed 51 minutes ago, so not a very long flight. Inbound here. Didn't see it on the radar, but there we go. Heard a landing clearance.
On the ground, Airship 244.
Airship 244 now.
So we just notified that the people should be here at about 1815 Zulu. We should be, ideally, ready to go there 5 to 10 minutes after that for takeoff.
Anderson 244, okay, what time do you estimate to be airborne at?
Call it 1825.
Roger, 1825 on assumption, understand, and 244.
Thank you.
Airplane 057, sorry, sit off the time. Officer shot monitor, ground 1217.
Couldn't tell there, Viper. Looked like a King Air, but couldn't tell. It was too fast and too small on my screen. Danny on TikTok, what software are you referring to?
270 Tower is off to the line runway 34.
First line runway 34, Jack.
Oh, that, I'm not sure. It's been kind of here for a long time. It was parked there last year as well. Someone local might know, have a little bit more insight into that. I enjoyed when we were leaving Toronto. I got through no problem. Security with all my batteries and streaming gear and stuff. And I let my wife, my other Fuji, she got stopped because it tested positive for some kind of chemical, so they had to do secondary screening, pat her down, ask her all these questions about her occupation.
Okay. Thanks for
Anyways, they swabbed it again and it was fine. We all got to go through, but
I guess we'll just start off and see what happens.
she was hanging onto my camera. Oops. Sorry, hon.
Ground helicopter, Golf Hotel, Quebec Whiskey.
Helicopter Golf Hotel, Quebec Whiskey, Monaco.
Golf Hotel, Quebec Whiskey with Juliet.
Appreciate you, Danny. Thank you.
The shell hanger for,
If you're referring to the ticker on the bottom, so I'm partnered with Radar Box, which is a company that does flight tracking web-based software. So you can go to radarbox.com and get all the information that I'm getting there. And in terms of my overlays, I'm using a streaming box by a company called YOLO Live, which allows me to travel with my streams and not having to bring my laptop and find a giant battery everywhere I go. So it's been a game changer for portability. Not as versatile as the laptop, obviously, but what it lacks in all the cool scenes I can do, it makes up for it. I can take it on airplanes.
Runway lights turned on, and then we'll have to do a taxi and runway light inspection.
Appreciate the gifts, Danny. Thank you.
Taxi to ground under turn, taxi lights on, top runway lights on, and open.
Check your mark.
What do you mean, Viper? I'm also live on TikTok, so I'm also reading some of those, answering some of those questions. If that's what you're referring to.
Roger.
All right, Jazz 270 coming in just a moment from Vancouver on a Dash 8 400. There it is, just behind the tree.
Take 904 on the top line. Take 904 onto the west of the zone at all times. Take 904 onto the all altimeter is 3014, send the zone at your discretion. Select the other frequencies, give me a call for our 270 tower to Bravo taxi via Delta Golf, apron air discretion, 100 not much contact.
Bravo Delta Golf to the apron air discretion desk, 21 south. And ground for Jazz 270, flight 1854, please, for a flow time back to Vancouver.
calling down again.
It's Dan 70, like you said, in 1854 for the flow back to Vancouver.
1854 on request for Jet 2.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Oh yes, weather, thank you. You might have asked that at the moment. My internet dropped. My cell phone was trying to melt. I will be at Toronto. I'm not sure what day I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to go down to one of the parks on the lakeshore, and I'm going to try to live stream. I did it last year. It was a successful day. So we'll see how that goes. Always a victim of internet outages. It happens. Especially down there, if there's going to be a million people using all the cell phone signals towers, sometimes that causes an overload and we don't get a clear stream. But we'll do our best. We're going to go down to the park by the lakeshore and stream one of the days. I'm hoping to do one of the days streaming up by Pearson, where they're staging a lot of the aircraft. That'll be cool to see some takeoffs and landings, and then one of the days on the show itself. To be determined. But I do like the air show. Speaking of air shows, though, Saturday and Sunday I'm going to be at the Abbotsford International Air Show, which is one of the main reasons I'm out here in BC. Gonna aim for a full live stream on Sunday, but I might get a bonus one in on Saturday to test the setup. We shall see. Thank you, Stephen, for that tip. I really appreciate that.
Sorry, this is zone north of the bridge traffic, about 10 miles west of the bridge, inbound 1900 on west base 4, 7,800.
I'll go back west east. Exit north of the zone. North.
Yeah, last year a number of the aircraft were parked at Toronto. Blue Angels were parked in the north. We got to see them arrive when they first came in, and they did a cool break over the fields. It was neat seeing that up at Pearson.
Like to make charge on the 5 runway 34 with 3206 center 3014
Pacific Coastal Airlines, Beach 1900 coming in about 5 minutes or so.
Oscar 1963 to additional traffic 11 o'clock 5 miles south on helicopter 2800 will be leaving the zone north of the bridge and enter the zone over or south of the bridge.
Let's go 193.
Suspect is Charlie Beach 1900 now Archer 1 o'clock and 5 miles 5,100.
Ground 72's off the runway, request Foxtrot Delta to Flair.
72 ground 2 Foxtrot Delta Flair.
72, proceeding Foxtrot Delta Flair, thanks.
We have an incoming Air Canada 737 Max 8, which is about half an hour out. That'll be a good kind of aiming point for the end. Viper, no, I've never been to Charlottetown Airport, unfortunately. I've been to Charlottetown, but never the airport, so couldn't help you there. I'd recommend finding a Charlottetown Aviation Facebook group, perhaps. They have those for a lot of cities. That's how I found some spots in Edinburgh as well. Kind of chatted with some of the local photographers out there. or if you Google Charlottetown PEI plane spotting, sometimes people put together spotters guides.
Ground step 2 is off Delta.
Hello, Encore.
Inspection complete, and you have...
And we don't see Encore in Toronto anymore.
That's the 1963
At least I
Tower
haven't
with
in
3208.
a very long time.
Let's go 1963.
Sugar, thank you for that that update about the planes there. The Convair Cargo, owned by KF Aerospace. 60 years old. Wow. Looking over here. KF Aerospace, they have branches all over the country, but the K actually stands for Kelowna, which is cool. And they have the, just across the other side of the airport, they have their hangars, kind of like a little museum, Center for Excellence. Went there last year with the kids. It was really cool. And they have a cafe on the second floor with a balcony that overlooks the airport. So lovely. If you get a chance to get out to Kelowna, support them. I think it's entry by donation. I don't remember 100%. Either way, it was not expensive to visit, and you can support aerospace.
Contact 271. Just 271, go. Just want to confirm that was Buffalo 2003, not 1903. Just 271, yeah, that's correct. Looks like we still an hour delay and getting that other delay as well. 2003 is first check. I thought that was that. I was hoping.
I'm going to try to go to live at YVR on Friday. That's my goal. I'll be leaving Kelowna in the morning, driving out west. And all I have on the agenda for that day is sleeping, so I can definitely... Maybe I'll do a night stream. Vancouver at night. We'll see. See what the timing looks like.
511, on a target A, 34 with 3008, 3014, number 1.
Pacific Coastal Airlines, Beach 1900 Delta from Comox.
Oscar 1963 tower, exit Bravo, contact now 177.
Bravo 127, let's go 1963.
Like to make tower, exit now 173.
And looks like Encore is
Kelowna Club, let's go
engines a go.
Bravo to terminal gate.
Oscar 1963 under taxi, Delta, Golf, Eastern your discussion, check the desk. Push back, taxi, 505, sure.
Delta, Golf, City of Texas, go 1963, take left.
Beach taxiing. That looks like that'd be fun to fly in. I really want to fly in a Logan Air ATR 72 in Scotland to one of the islands. And there's one of their flights lands on a beach. I don't remember the beach. I think it starts with a B, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But it looks really cool.
2 miles to the west, destination back turning to left, now 3 miles. 200, we're back off your left and follow you in. On the off exit, is 3130, to the left of 34.
Long range 34, Alpha exit, and traffic, find it there.
43323 ground, runway 34, 3108, consider 3014, taxi via Charlie, and spot under tower, home on short sub on the Charlie, and monitor tower, hold on short, Encore 322.
Encore starting its taxi.
Like to make star number 2, follow the beach taxi center, turning 4 mile final, 3,900 descending, southwest Trivial, report 6. Like to make star 7, follow 2 miles now. Like to make
I'm being greeted.
beach taxi center, 10 time is off at a mile and a half in altitude. Did you see it happen to 6?
I just want
Not messing with his territory. It's kind of a nice combo of sounds, actually, the howling and the airplanes. Nature versus technology. I love it. Hi. Skeptical. Catching inbound. I was talking to dogs. Not a dog whisperer. Another beach, 1900. That's a Carson Air, flight 511 from Cranbrook. Yankee X-ray Charlie.
Like to make star number 2, Alpha Fox, name 3004 to the left of 31.
See the Max 8 from Toronto, actually. I wonder if I can see it. Had very little luck seeing distant planes. Alright, should be about... I can barely see it mine now. Should be about there somewhere. Turning towards the downwind leg. The 737 Max 8 coming in from Toronto. Going behind the cloud. And that's Air Canada 193. A high little small plane here coming in. Maybe it's overflying. Low and over. Or landing. Needs a lot less runway than the jetliners who have to land way far.
LMS 16 from Charlie and we'll take the backtrack and go to 2. Encore 3220 Charlie, backtrack and lane 34. That's Encore 3220.
Kelowna down, this is Golf Delta Zulu Quebec, information Juliet.
That's my Golf Delta Zulu Quebec, Kelowna down.
Just looking to attach from the D hangar, 50th Street, +1 minus before departing local north, Golf Delta Zulu Quebec.
Delta Zulu Quebec, contact me via Delta 813, Swap 71, 0, deploy to messages, landed location, Alpha.
We'll give away for the Cessna exiting Alpha, and then Delta 813, Golf Delta Zulu Quebec.
Like to make the tower exit Alpha, taxi, call the shop monitor ground, customer 7. Encore 3323 tower, wind 305, 30 Golf, Metro 1. So takeoff 34, on 3323. Cessna Golf 0, Foster Charlie, Kelowna Tower, confident, runway 34, altimeter 3014, 520. Foster Charlie, Tower, identified. Canada 193, Kelowna Tower, runway 34, wind 2904, altimeter 3014, number 1.
So that was Encore 3323 to Vancouver on a Dash 8-400. And then in next, Air Canada 193. 7 minutes out from Toronto on a Max 8.
Corner there, Sprint 875 at Charlotte.
Air Sprint 875, ground, standby, air taxi.
Air Sprint ready to taxi.
Airspan 875, runway 34, wind 3104, altimeter 3014, taxi, Foxtrot Delta Charlie, contact tower 1196, hold short.
Fox Delta Charlie and contact tower, all short for Sprint
737 is over the south end of Kelowna now.
Managed to advance 6 replace vectors with proceed on course 5 minutes after departure.
6 vectors, 5 minutes after departure for Sprint 875.
Issuing semi-target broken up replace vectors with proceed on course 5 minutes after departure.
Replace vectors with proceed on course 5 minutes after departure for Sprint 875.
Airspan 875, read back 10 from Charlie 6,400 feet remaining. Will you need a backtrack?
We take with Charlie for Sprint 875. Ground is Pasco 1534 with Juliet. Ensure your radars on surface full as possible. Request the VFR departure for the left.
Pasco 1534, flutter ground, VFR departure approved. Expect the IFR clearance, departure plus 10, block 0712.
VFR departure approved. Expect clearance plus 10 minutes, block 0712 for Pasco 1534.
Pasco 1534, ground read back 10.
Golf Delta do expect ground complete. Looking to taxi to the axis.
As you look at ground, you see the Embraer just leaving the shell taxi. That's not Foxtrot.
Yeah, I got it. Golf Delta connect.
As you look at ground, give way to them. Number 2 for departure, runway 34, wind 3406, altimeter 3014. Find Embraer, caution jet box, taxi Delta Charlie. Contact tower 1196, short.
Giving away to that, going down to 34, number 2 in the lineup, Golf Delta, go back 90. Ground Anderson 244 is ready to taxi with the hotel.
Anderson 244, runway 34, wind 3406, altimeter 3014. Cessna is leaving apron 3, give way to them, you'll be number 3. Taxi Foxtrot Delta Charlie and contact tower 1196, short.
Okay, calling the Cessna, Foxtrot Delta Charlie, and holding short Anderson 244.
Anderson 244 from Charlie, 6,400 feet remaining. Will you
3 minutes out. Max 8 from Toronto, our home base.
6,400 feet from Charlie.
That'll be a nice one to end on. Hey, greetings from home as we stream on the other side of the country. Unless anything pops up that is super duper cool. Oh, there's an Encore going to Penticton. I'll be in Penticton later today. Oh, there's a Jazz coming in from Vancouver in 13 minutes. I can hang out a minute. We'll call it the unofficial end. Will be the 737.
Canada 193 tower, wind 3407, clear to land 194.
Land 34, Canada 193.
And then I'll just hang out for a few minutes while we figure out where we're going. You can see the Air Canada will be going behind the tree in a moment. That's the Max 8 from Toronto. Oh, thanks, Katie. Yeah, we're having a great time. We went swimming in Okanagan Lake yesterday evening. It was fantastic. Max 8 from Toronto coming in. Just behind the tree.
Coast line star, Charlie line up runway 34.
Charlie line up runway 34, sir.
Canada 193 tower, exit off the contact now, 117. 171 off there.
Tower, Golf Sierra Foxtrot Charlie, established, left downwind, runway 34.
Sierra Foxtrot Charlie, Tower, stay west of the runway 21, orbit in the downwind for spacing and front 3 departures.
Starting orbit, forward spacing, Sierra Foxtrot Charlie.
Airspan 875, try main TS west and the left downwind, they'll be orbiting west of the runway, 3206 from Charlie, clear takeoff.
Airsprint 875, Praetor 500, Embraer.
Canada 193 with you on Alpha. Canada 193 ground, which gate are you going to? 24. Canada 193 from the Embraer departed, Mondio Yama departure, wind 3207, Charlie, clear takeoff 734. So we're off 020 Papa, level time. It's your Papa, tower identified, runway 34, wind 3207, altimeter 3014, flight 3 left.
Tower Tower, Golf Sierra Foxtrot Charlie, re-established, left downwind, runway 34.
201 Sierra Foxtrot Charlie, sorry, and now one on elevation.
Head down when you call base, Sierra Foxtrot Charlie.
Other calling tower, see ya.
That's good, 272 over half that.
S272 Falcon Tower, runway 34, wind 3207, altimeter 3014, number 27, left downwind. Airspan 875, contact Vancouver Center now 1335. Anderson 244, tower Charlie, line up runway 34, be short away for the Charlie.
Line 34, short away.
Would you like guys to transfer now? Identified 2000, see what
Dassault Falcon 2000 LX. Don't know where it's going though.
Anderson 244, tower subhead and Eagle right turn will be northbound off the right, wind 3207.
And we got the Max 8s that came in from Toronto.
Clear takeoff 34, Anderson 244.
Taxiing to the gates. Watch the Falcon roll out. What am I trying to say? Take off. On the roll.
Charlie Tower, exit Alpha, wind 3206, clear left, runway 24.
Exit Alpha, clear to land, runway 34, don't clear Foxtrot Charlie.
Definitely a shorter taxi than in Toronto. We were at the gate like a minute after we landed on Monday night.
Hello, ground, helicopter, no,
KD, you're on the wrong channel if you want to see heavies.
4 Kilo Papa, we're skyline might be northbound. Be relatively low level through Gamma, then the lake turn up towards Naval Lake.
4 Kilo Papa, Roger, what was the helicopter type?
Helicopter type to Medusa 119.
4 Kilo Papa, ground line 3307, altimeter 3014, 0425, contact tower 1196 for data location.
0425. Tower Anderson 244 with the center. Thanks again for all your help. Appreciate that.
Anderson 244, not pump taker.
Let's watch the little one come in. We'll just hang on for that Jazz Dash 8 from Vancouver.
4 Kilo Papa, tower standby, set the short final. Kilo Papa, tower set, just touching down runway 34, stay at west runway, additional traffic dash 8, turning to 5, all final, with 320 to 11, left off, dispersion northbound, all the right turns, use the approaches. Fox for Charlie Tower, exit Alpha, taxi Fox, sharp on the ground 117. Exit Alpha, taxi Fox up, ground 117. Get your Papa Tower, good left downwind, left 31.
Get Papa, left downwind 31.
Alright, and I believe they said that Dash 8 is on a 5-mile final from Vancouver, Jazz 272.
Jazz 272, tower touch on the runway, sing it Alpha, wind 310 at 12, clear line, runway 34.
Clear line 34, Jazz 272.
Jazz 272 is just behind the tree at the moment, but we will swing around and catch it coming. Max on TikTok. I was filming that, I believe, so go to waketurbulence.ca, send me an email and I can send you a clip. It is live on YouTube, so you can scroll back as well, but if you want a higher res version, let me know. Thanks for watching, Max. Were you passenger or were you crew?
That's 272 tower, exit Bravo, backtrack is required, contact on 121.1.
Exit Bravo, and we're going to request backtrack and off the ground, 121.7 jazz 272.
Let's go Papa Whiskey Romeo, Kelowna Valley. Whiskey Romeo Tower, confident, runway 34, wind 300, 13, altimeter 3014, 5 east, 3 level. Whiskey Romeo Tower, identified.
Ground jazz 272 is exit number.
Jazz 272 ground, security by 2.
3 for jazz 272.
That's 272 ground, taxi Delta Golf.
Taxi Golf, Delta Golf, jazz 272. Kelowna Tower, 2 Papa, downwind left 34.
2 Papa Tower, wind 300, 13, clear the left runway 34, exit Bravo.
2 Papa, clear line 34, exit Bravo. Kelowna clearance, WestJet 188 negative. Your requested clearance, Calgary.
WestJet 188, clear ground, clear to Calgary by the Nada 3 departure, Kettle transition, flight plan route, depart runway 34, block 4534.
Hey, cleared Calgary, off of Nada 3, Kettle transition, departing runway 34, flight plan route, clock 4534, WestJet 188.
WestJet 188, runway backtrack to Destroyer.
We got Juliet, 188.
Alright, there is a private EDRA Super Petrel LS on the downwind for 3-4, so we'll let that one come in. Jazz to gate.
Kilo Papa Tower, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles, same direction, Cessna W at 3,800, rail service was terminated, change on frequency. Future Papa Tower, exit Bravo, taxi Delta, monitor ground 127.
Just keeping an eye on the radar, seeing if there's anything that I really want to see. think that'll do it for arrivals for the next little bit.
Papa, Charlie, Charlie, clear left downwind, runway 34.
All right, in that case, folks, I am going to enjoy the day, do a little sightseeing, spend some time with the family. If you don't see me tomorrow, I'm doing more of the same. And then Friday, I'm hoping to be live from YVR. So really, really, really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give us a like. We are Wake Turbulence Aviation, and we've been live for the last 3 hours from Kelowna, British Columbia, Kelowna International Airport, YLW. If you ever get a chance to come out here, it is a beautiful place to visit. Airport's not super busy, but some cool stuff to see nonetheless. I appreciate you all. My name is Michael. I'm your host and the creator of Wake Turbulence Aviation, and we'll see you. Is it Jazz leaving?
T3 with PC identifier 916.
It's going to be a while. All right. Embrace the journey, everybody. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And catch you next time on Wake Turbulence Aviation.